Hey, girl.
Hey! Welcome to the seriousness of nothing
And everything.
We're your hosts, because I feel like we didn't say who we were, although...
We didn't.
For the new people.
I think we're so used to what we were doing on Instagram. So I'm Allison.
And I'm Melissa.
And we're sisters.
We're sisters. Sisters! Y'all remember that from that movie with Sarah Jessica Parker?
Hocus Pocus?
Yes! Sisters!
That's right. Oh, the Bette Midler?
Bette Midler. And I forget the other lady that was in it, but anyway. Here we are. So welcome, everyone, to the S&E, for short. We're glad to have you on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Please make sure you like and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Click the notification bell so that you know whenever we're coming online and we post new videos, okay?
Gotta keep you informed.
Yes. So how you doing, Sissy?
Doing all right. It's been a week. I'm glad for the MLK holiday.
Me too, honey. Because that's the only thing that's important.
That's the only thing that's
MLK.
happening. But yeah, so good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Like you said, excited about the MLK holiday because that is what is most important. MLK, Martin Luther the King Jr. So yes, excited about that. Sorry if you heard that loud motorcycleta. Just riding down the street. They don't make houses like they used to anymore.
Oh no.
It's
You
like
hear
the
everything from the
insulation
street.
just I don't know.
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing. Like, did you add the insulation in the walls or not?
Like, all we're trying to do is keep you warm. We're not trying to keep sound out.
Exactly. And barely warm.
Yeah, this is true.
So, yeah. All right. We drank at the same time.
We did. It was a nice little pause, too.
Yes. Okay, so TikTok. Let's go ahead and jump right up in there. They banned it for all of, I don't know, 12 hours.
Okay, so we kind of called it, like, the idea was that it was going to get cut off, and then it was going to come back on, and it was going to be like, oh, look what Trump did. He saved TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And so what did we get? What, maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes ago?
Yes. 30 minutes ago, here comes notifications. The TikTok is no longer banned in the U.S. And then it was like, thanks to Trump's efforts, or President Trump. First off, it didn't have anything to do with Trump. But we know he likes to take credit for things.
Yes.
So I'm sure that's going to be a talking point as soon as he opens and starts flapping his gums.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I love it. It's the TikTok. Chinese, they love me. Like, can I roll my eyes? I don't know. But yeah, we definitely called it. We said that it wasn't, I mean, granted, it came back on sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
Because I just knew it was going to come back on the 20th or maybe the 21st, like when he already got sworn in so he could truly say it was me, look at me. But it was today. So as far as I'm concerned, President Biden did it. And so did Vice President Harris. Okay?
And it would be kind of cool, actually. I mean, obviously they put in the message, thanks to President Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But truthfully, if Biden had like gone live somewhere and been like, see the efforts that we did, even on the last day of office, here we are making things happen for you, the American people.
Mm-hmm. Just like he went, didn't President Biden also, what's the word I'm looking for? Pardon 2,500 people for like, I won't say lesser, some charges that were nonviolent offenses or something like that. But yeah, so he was still doing stuff on his way out. I'm still mad at y'all. Actually, I'm not gonna say y'all because anyone that follows us, y'all did not vote for that fool.
That's very true.
So I'm mad at them. Okay,
that's very true.
Whomever that they might be.
But I like what Dave Chappelle said on Saturday Night Live
recently.
Last night.
Oh,
I mean, what he said was, he said, you know, President Trump or, you know, President-elect Trump, whatever, whether people voted for you or not, we're all still humans. No matter the race, the religion, who you love, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Remember your humanity. Even if people didn't vote for you, they're still expecting you to do better. They're expecting you to make things better for them. And so remember your humanity. And I think at the end of the day, even though we don't like Trump and we don't like what he stands for, we certainly don't like the people that are so blindly supporting him. If he could only just, for a moment, just remember that we are all humans, and even though we don't get along, like the things that he can do when he's in office can make these next 4 years a little bit better for everybody in this country. Because he's the president of the United States, not the president of the rich white people, rich white men. You know what I'm saying? So if only he would just, if somebody would just drop that little bud in his ear, he could just remember that.
Insert my Drewski laugh.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
It would.
It would be amazing. Do I believe for 1 second that that man has the capacity to do that? No, I do not. And even if he has the capacity, he has surrounded himself with such deplorables. I don't believe it would happen. I think it would be great if he did. Oh, what a day.
It'd be great.
And he came out and said, ha, fooled ya. I'm not for white supremacists. Come in here, blacks. Come in here, Latinos, women. Wouldn't that be something? But that man is the most opportunistic windbag of a president. He wouldn't dare. He is for, and I mean, yes, he is definitely for rich white men, but he is for rich men. He can be black. I mean,
that's true.
You know, he's for rich people.
Because he had Ben Carson out there with him.
Definitely had Ben Carson out here shucking and jiving. Let's not even get started on Snoop Dogg. My man Rick Ross.
Wait, Rick Ross?
These fools. Snoop Dogg,
I saw Snoop.
Rick Ross, Nelly, and somebody else was out here performing for these MAGA fools.
At a rally or something?
Like,
this was recent? I saw Snoop.
Snoop and Nelly were performing at the inauguration. Apparently they had a party or rally a few days ago, and Rick Ross also was performing. Girl, you know I love some Rick Ross. I love Rick Ross.
No more.
So the fact that fool, all of them out here shucking and jiving, and you saw the thing that Amanda Seales posted.
I did not.
You know how we love to digress. But Amanda Seales posted, basically it was Snoop Dogg. It did not age well because he basically was talking about when Trump first won. All right, which one of you jigaboo Negroes gonna be out here performing? Yes, massa. I'll be the one to perform. Which one of y'all gonna do it first out here shucking and jiving for Trump? You, sir.
It was you.
It was you. You're the one.
It.
Nelly is the 2. Rick Ross is the 3.
Oh,
and it might have been Meek Mill. I don't know. Let me not say it was Meek Mill. I don't know if it was. But Rick Ross was out there. Snoop Dogg will be there. Nelly will be there. And someone else. Girl.
You're going to have to delete half your catalog of music.
I mean, Nelly, anything you know there. Snoop Dogg, honestly, I do like Serial Killer, but I'm not like listening to stuff like Die Hard. But Rick Ross.
Rick Ross. Oh my God. That was your boopies.
What? The voice alone. I'm saddened. But
that's crazy.
Yeah. No, I don't believe he is going to do the right thing. And even if he wanted to, he has emboldened the worst of our society where these folks don't think that way. And quite frankly, I think he might be a little bit nervous if he were to turn on them, because we saw that they was talking about hanging Mike Pence back during the insurrection days.
Yeah. No. So he has, what he's done has started a domino effect that he couldn't even stop even if he wanted to.
I don't think so.
Like even from the top. In Washington, he could do whatever he wanted to do, but for the people like in North Carolina and South Carolina and Alabama and all over the United States, like the things that he has set in motion by the foolishness that he has said over the past 12 years.
He's emboldened the basket of deplorables that Hillary called out from. I mean, never truer words were spoken. Yeah. She was right. She was baskets of deplorables. Deplorable. Y'all are deplorable people. And if you think that y'all about to be jumping through the pearly gates, you got another thing coming. Not out here hating people and wishing the worst on people. Y'all can't be the two evangelicals who are doing all this judging. Y'all can't think y'all not about to be judged when you get to the pearly gates. I refuse to believe it.
I was thinking about Dr. King and how his what he did, although there are people who didn't agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
The reason, the way he brought his faith into the movement, and it kind of made me think part of what we're fighting in this country is not black against white or melanated versus lesser melanated, but it's really actually a spiritual type of warfare. Because if you think about how white supremacy or this idea that closer to white or whiter is better,
mm-hmm.
and how it spread the world over, it's how in 2025 are we still having to deal with this particular issue, and why does it persist for so long? And then it just made me think part of the reason why, although when we're looking back now, we could say there are some things that we probably could have done differently with the civil rights movement. Maybe keep it a little bit more separate and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were areas where we were actually thriving. But what he did, part of the reason why with Dr. King it was successful, is because of the way he brought his faith into it. And I think it had something to do with the fact that he wasn't fighting mano y mano. He was fighting spirit by spirit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So even when you're talking about evangelicals and stuff, them judging people and really pushing hate under the guise of
Christianity,
it's in the Bible and stuff like that, and it's it still kind of makes me think, kind of goes back to this is a spiritual battle we're fighting here. We're not fighting against that white man over there. It's literally the demonic influence that he's under,
mm-hmm.
and that people have been under for hundreds of years, and it's all over the world.
It is all over the world, honey. That colonial colonizer spirit,
crazy.
Who is that? Azazel? Is that the original demon?
It's diabolical.
Good gracious, y'all! I mean, you the first one that fell out of heaven. My goodness,
that one.
You fell out right behind Beelzebub. Just God. Anyway, like you said last time, aren't y'all tired? Racist white people, aren't y'all tired? But I think we talked about it too, though. It is the fact that black people are still here that really burns their bits. The fact that we're still here, the fact that we are thriving. I mean, we still have ways to go, but the fact that any of us are thriving is something for racist people to be envious of. How can these folks, we have had 500, 400 more year head start, and they're thriving?
They have billionaires?
Unbelievable. Are you sure we can't still enslave them and take all that they have? It's just come on now. Let that go.
That's really it. Why can't we let it go?
Let it go.
Why can't we? And people get mad at us for bringing it up. Oh, you say racism doesn't exist, but we wouldn't have to continue to bring it up if y'all would just let it go.
And not even just let it go. If y'all would acknowledge it, take accountability for it, and then we could start to heal and move on. It's the fact that y'all keep trying to hide it. Y'all keep trying to erase the history. Keep trying to say silly things like slavery was a choice or they enjoyed it. That is a lie. Yeah. Okay? It is a lie. So it's just kind of like the Holocaust. Maybe there are Germans out there who still feel away and they feel like Jewish people really, they should have killed them all. These Germans ain't out there saying that foolishness.
They're not
They
out
would be
loud.
shamed. Ashamed.
Not out loud.
Not out loud. So how come we can't get to that where the white people in this country cannot get to that point? But they had to take it. Like those Germans had to take accountability, and I think they did reparations and all the things.
They paid reparations.
But it's like this, they just refuse to take accountability for what their ancestors did to our ancestors. That's why we can't get over it. And then the fact that y'all are still teaching your kids this foolishness. So how we gonna get around it when that's what you're still teaching your people?
Yeah. You're still hanging on to the old mindset. The ugly mindset.
So yeah, it's never gonna go away. We gonna still keep saying the same thing, and I guess y'all still gonna keep saying the same stupid stuff y'all been saying. But y'all are the ones still continuing it because you won't say, you know what, our ancestors really did do your ancestors horribly wrong. We do think there should be reparations. And I will say this: the fact that Trump tried to come online talking about if schools and stuff still teach certain history, that reparations will be paid. The next Democratic president we get up in there, I want to hear something about reparations because he didn't care the gall, the gumption, the gall. I want to hear about black reparations. He talking about white reparations? Please. Give me black reparations. That need to be on the menu. I don't want to hear nobody. I'm afraid to say it. He wasn't afraid.
He said
White
it.
reparations? Please.
He said it. People who are affected by the teachings will get paid. I'm sorry, what now?
Sorry, I need to hear about some black reparations. I mean, give it up.
But enough about that one.
God, we could talk about it all day.
All day.
All day.
Dr. King. We're celebrating him.
Come on, doctor.
January 20th.
Martin Luther.
You went to the Lorraine Museum.
When I lived in Memphis, I went to the Lorraine Hotel or Motel, which is now a museum, a civil rights museum, and you can go in and see the room that he was in and all the things. It actually is a great museum to go to. So if you're ever in Memphis, you're close to Memphis, maybe you're in Arkansas or something like that, definitely worth going to. And I feel like on MLK Day, it might be free admission. I feel like it was back in the day when I lived in Memphis many moons ago. But certainly worth going to. Like, it's a really great exhibit. Like, it's not a huge museum. Like, it's not huge, but it's still, worth going to. It's still making mad.
Yeah.
As all the museums do.
Black History Museums.
Yeah. I mean, any of these museums where you see the atrocities that people do to other folks. I mean, even the Holocaust Museum.
True.
Crying my eyeballs out.
Awful.
So the National Civil Rights Museum in D.C. The things that they did to slaves is unconscionable. The idea of them raping and killing and eating us is mind-boggling.
So that was a practice that they would eat.
There's cannibalism, black people, yes. Which I have not read The Delectable Negro, but that is on my list.
We need to read that as a collective or something.
Yeah.
Did you already bought the book?
No, it's in my Amazon cart as we speak, along with 600 other items. So,
yeah, we need to do that. Have a book club or something, reading list or something.
Yeah. Before they ban said books.
Oh my gosh, yes. We need to have hard copies, not the digital copies.
Don't do the Audible because that can just pew out of here. Get your hard copies. If you have hard copies now, keep them.
Keep them.
Go to different black-owned bookstores and patronize those. Purchase copies, things like that. So
there was a black-owned bookstore that opened in Raleigh, Durham.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was maybe 3 years ago, maybe. Anyway, It was owned by a woman and her husband, and it was like a children's bookstore. And she was an author herself, so she was publishing some of her own books, but then she was also filling it with other Black authors.
Nice.
They ended up having to close, I think maybe a year and a half later, due to a lot of threats being made. Like, people were calling in threats, like saying, we're going to blow it up and we're going to do this and do that. They were calling threats to, like, their home.
That's crazy.
And just threatening them just because of the store that they own, trying to enrich the community.
I swear. I swear. That's really sad.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, yes, support the Black authors and purchase real books, because there will come a time where all the digital media and things that we own will be no more. We won't be able to access them. And you'll only have it if you have a real copy.
Yes. Exactly.
Music, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Pictures too.
So you'll need to pass it. Those are things will become almost like heirlooms to pass down. So.
Yep.
What a time. What a time. It's like we are regressing.
Yeah. But yes, I'm gonna get that book too, so we can read it and talk about it, perhaps.
Yes. The wildfires.
Yeah.
I mean, this also kind of goes into more racism, but racism. That's the topic today. Racism.
It's a show about racism.
But yeah. So now, granted, these wildfires in California are so horrible, and then to come to find out, people are saying that it's arson, acts of arson. People were starting these fires because there's no way that they could just bounce from one part. Like, it wasn't like, oh, the wind. It's like literally other ends of town,
right?
And they're just starting. So they've already ruled many of the fires to be acts of arson. Of course, here we go, the evangelicals talking about how,
the judgment.
It's judgment
God.
from God. You rich people, you homosexuals, maybe you blacks, you Latinas. I mean,
that ain't the way the force works.
It ain't the way the force works. And that is not how God works.
No.
Well, I wish that was how he worked in this day and age.
And he used to, but if he was really judging, there would be fires all over the United States. It wouldn't just be in California.
And do you think that Trump wouldn't have been burnt up a long time ago?
Like, DC wouldn't have made it out unscathed?
What are we talking about? To a crisp?
Like, come on.
Please, make it make sense.
Make it make sense. The math ain't mathing.
Math is not mathing. That's that old racist math. But in any case, yes, the wildfires are horrible. It doesn't matter who is being affected by it, whether you're rich or if you're someone that is not wealthy. To lose your home is
devastating.
Those are memories. Those are, granted, okay, fine. No one's probably crying over the shoes, but if this house were to burn down and I lost the letters that my dad wrote me, devastation. More than some Jordans I have, for sure. I'd be devastated over the things that I cannot replace. Those letters cannot replace.
Yeah.
So just imagine homes that have been in your family for generations. Great grandma and them homes.
Yep. Gone.
And so talking about like places like Altadena, which is a very heavily black area, neighborhood, where just decimated. Generations of homes, families' homes gone. And then also on top of that, these insurance companies. I mean, are y'all trying to have people pew the rest of the people's C-suites? Just cancel people's fire insurance and not telling them?
Are they doing that?
Yes! Apparently, these insurance companies, because it was getting too high of a risk to, like, insure these homes or to pay them back with damages, they were starting to just cancel people's policies and not tell them.
This happened prior to the fire starting?
Yes! And people were like calling in, they're like, oh, you don't have fire insurance anymore. Are you kidding? Listen, I mean, I don't condone violence.
Oh my gosh.
However, can you imagine your whole house burned down because of a fire
that you didn't start?
You didn't start, and then you go to collect and to do a claim, and your insurance company says your fire insurance was canceled, and you're like, I didn't cancel this, and oh, we did?
Well, hold on. But legally, can they do that? Can they cancel? Is it like an at-will, like with employment? They can just at-will fire you? They can at-will cancel your policy?
I mean, I feel like you can, but I do feel like you have to inform the people. What I'm thinking is happening is they're canceling people's insurance and doing some old...
They sent a letter.
Yeah, a letter or maybe an email, and I'm sure a lot of people miss that.
Didn't look at it.
You know what I mean? Because people, I mean, insurance company can drop you. You know, they can drop you.
But, okay. Yes, they can drop you. They can.
So I'm thinking they can cancel a policy, but I'm sure they do have to inform. But, I mean, just imagine, like, you just out here living your life, out here working. Maybe you don't get see all the emails, or maybe you aren't looking at your, I mean, I could go.
I do that.
Weeks without looking at my mail.
Yeah,
like, oh.
I definitely do that. That's bad. That is infuriating.
So, there's that going on. So I just, I feel for all of those folks out there. It doesn't matter what your socioeconomic status is. Certainly for folks who are not wealthy, it's going to be even more of a burden. But to anyone that has lost their home, has lost loved ones, because there have been some deaths. That's devastating. My heart goes out to those folks.
And it's like things like this that just remind us, like, this is the stuff that should remind us of our humanity. And, like, we need to have more compassion for each other. Just in general. Because the fire don't care what you look like or how much money you have.
Sure doesn't.
It's going where the oxygen is.
Exactly.
So, like, and that's what we need to remember. There are people out here that are having a hard time right now.
Mm-hmm. But you know who didn't remember that? The MAGA Republicans. Because they were also the same ones saying how LA has a fire problem because of DEI. They didn't want any white firemen. They just wanted black ones. And where are all the white firemen who could have fought these fires and prevented it? Thanks to DEI, no white firemen. Fire is DEI's fault.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Were they on Capitol Hill saying this?
No, they're
just on Twitter. Just
on Twitter and on, X or whatever it's called.
Yeah. And,
on Instagram and Fox News and, just spewing anything but how can we help? It was, well, that's what y'all get.
Let's point the finger.
Yeah, for DEI, you should have had more white firemen. They wanted to work and you didn't hire them. That's not how DEI works.
It's never been how DEI works.
Not how it works. I don't know a single fighter who has not gone through the proper training. You don't just hire a firefighter because they're black.
They have to pass a series of tests.
And it's quite a lot of tests.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they use that to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting 4 years.
It's
gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. I was looking at somebody on social media somewhere, and she said, it was in reference to Michelle Obama not attending the inauguration.
Period.
And they were like, this energy for the next 4 years, all they want is our attention. They want our rage, our anger, our disgust. They want our attention. And we're gonna do like Michelle is doing, and we're gonna ignore them. And act like it's not happening.
That is such a great idea. I need to work on that. I am raging against the shit. I need to work on that. I feel like you're good at ignoring. I'm like,
you're like the guy from Inside Out, Anger.
I'm Anger. I am Anger, honey. But I need to work. That is such a good point. Thank you for bringing it up. Y'all pray for me. It's such a good point. Because yes, Michelle. No, I'm not going to
be there.
And what about it? This man talked cold cash money-ish about me.
For years.
4 years. Kids, my husband. You think I want to go see this fool get sworn in again?
Not
Please.
doing it. Not gonna be able to do it.
Not gonna be able to do it. Quite frankly, I don't want Barack to go. What, you want me to go so I can be rolling my eyes the whole time? Please.
doing the pudding face, like,
I wish none of the wives would go.
that would be great.
They all like in solidarity, and they out there having some tea somewhere.
And somebody gets a shot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Or they post it. That would be good. That would be really good.
Huh? What we talking about? Get that man dust. I'm gonna work on that. But yes.
That's the vibe.
That is the vibe. Because that's what, I mean, we already know they're obsessed with black women anyway. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. You're obsessed with us, okay? Obsessed.
Why you so obsessed with me?
It's like, just like that whole thing when they tried to say, after black women said we won't fool with white women. And not even that we didn't like, because we know all white women ain't out here doing the dumb-ish. We know that. Our mother is here, so I'm trying to curse so much. But so we know there are some white women, white people, white men, or whatever, who are not racist. Clearly, we know that. But collectively, we have said as black women in particular, black people, black women, that we are just, like you said, falling back. We're not about to be bothered. We're not trying to educate y'all. Y'all need to do that amongst yourselves, right? Even with us saying we don't want to be bothered, we're just leaving y'all alone. Please don't invite us to none of these marches. We're not doing none of that. Y'all, white women still, these MAGA white women, I know not all white women, still created that narrative of black women out here talking about they're going to jump us. No, we didn't. We're not concerned with y'all. Literally couldn't care less.
No.
But yet, obsessed created a narrative that black women just going around jumping random MAGA white women. How did we know
threatening
that y'all were even mad? I mean, even if you had a shirt that said, I'm a MAGA white woman and I voted for Trump, we would just look at you,
roll our eyes,
or maybe not roll our eyes, think to ourselves, what a fool believes, and keep on keeping on. Moving. That's a stupid woman, but okay, to each his own.
That's it.
But y'all created a narrative. We out here jumping y'all. Obsessed. Okay? Obsessed. There we go. There I go. Raging against the machine. Working on it.
It's a work in progress.
It is.
It's early. It's still January. Got lots of time.
Yes, I do.
You got lots of time.
Yes, I do.
Well, what are we embracing this week? Anything?
I don't know. You should go first.
You gotta calm down.
Yes. I don't know what I'm embracing.
What am I embracing this week? What am I embracing? I'm going to look for the lovely.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for, even in the midst of things looking real stupid and real stupid, I'm gonna look for the lovely.
I like that.
I'm gonna find the silver lining.
I like that too.
And if I can't find the silver lining, I don't know.
He gonna find it.
I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna find something. But I'm gonna look for the lovely. That's what I'm gonna do.
I like that. I'm just gonna take her because I don't know what I am gonna try deep. I'm gonna try some breath work. That's what I'm gonna look for. I'm gonna look for some deep breathing and some breath work because I ain't gonna lie. Everybody and everything is out here getting on my nerves. I don't know if it is the new administration coming in and what I know that's gonna bring. I mean, I'm not even gonna be out tomorrow. I'm gonna be celebrating MLK at the house.
You're gonna be in the house
all day. I don't want to be out. I don't want to see all these big, huge trucks with all these stupid flags around, whether Trump flags or Confederate flags or a combination of both. You know, I don't want to be bothered. I'm sure someone's probably gonna ride down the street because after he won, I mean, it was just one person rode down the street and there obnoxiously loud, raggedy pickup truck. But either way, still rode down
Flat with a flag.
Yeah,
Flying.
with a big old flag. So I just don't want to see any of that.
I don't want to be caught up in it.
No.
I thought about going to like a museum or something.
I'm not about to be out on none of these roads with these crazy people. With these baskets of deplorables. Y'all can have, y'all can. That's fine. I'll be out on the 21st. Because I have to. But I'm not going to be out on the 20th. Nope. I want y'all to be out and about on the 20th and it be you just out amongst your people.
Well, with that note, we're going live tomorrow. Are we?
We're supposed to be.
At some time. At some point.
What are we going to go live to talk about? MLK? Or are we going to go live to talk about
Maybe
the swearing in of a fool?
I don't know. Guess we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll decide. We talked about going live, but the more I think about it, the more I don't even want to give him any space.
That's true.
Now, if something happens, we definitely go live.
Yeah.
If the Lord come through.
Like, oh, we jumping on.
Girl, you didn't believe what happened. Well, no, because I don't want anything to happen to Obama out there on that little rack. So it just needs to be something when he walking through the thing.
Yeah.
But now when he's on the little, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And not to sound wishing for that man downfall, but I am wishing that he doesn't get sworn in. Whatever that might be. I'm just being honest.
Well, because then do we want J.D. Vance?
Well, no, he would have to go too.
Well, how does that work?
I don't know. Designated survivor. Who's that?
I mean...
And maybe they didn't pick one yet. Or maybe they should have probably already picked one.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure we don't like who's next either.
Well...
I don't know who's next.
I don't know, girl.
Well, anyway.
But just our luck, it'll be some beloved black person. Good. Yeah, Jesus, you got jokes. Now, again, I feel like COVID should have been the time that you took out all the races. But, you know. Nah, it was just the black people. Come on, Lord. What's real? What's up? But anyway.
That ain't how the Lord works.
Yeah, well, you take his favorite, I guess. And leave the worst here.
He left the soldiers. Oh, God. All right, y'all.
Universal Soldier. No Limit Soldier. I said Universal Soldier. That's a movie.
Is that Captain America?
No, Universal Soldier was a movie with Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, was he like a robot or something?
Something like that. He had it was Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, yes. That's a 90s throwback.
I've been watching a lot of 90s movies. Well, I did at least a few weeks ago. 90s movies are really good. I'm just saying.
Well, what did you watch?
I watched a couple of Jean-Claude Van Damme ones. Time Cop. Double Trouble.
Double Jeopardy?
It wasn't Double Jeopardy, but it was double something. But then it was
Double Double Toilet Trouble.
Yes.
That's what it was called.
But they were really good. I watched a couple of Arnold Schwarzenegger ones. I'm gonna have to stop watching Sylvester Stallone because he's a Trumpster.
Crazy.
I ain't watched Mel Gibson in a while. He's been a weirdo for a minute. But anyway, all right. We don't want this episode to be completely negative.
It's a beautiful day today.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Well, that's it for us, y'all.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in.
We appreciate y'all so much. Again, like, subscribe, click the notification bell.
Ding, ding.
And at the end of the day, do what you can to be kinder to other people.
Yes.
Because it's going to be hard enough as it is for the next 4 years. I'm sure you probably heard my mom whispering because clearly...
What'd you say?
She does not whisper.
What'd you say?
What'd you say, Mom? Mom, you can speak out loud. What?
Our differences make us unique.
Yes, our differences do
Make us
unique.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Mama. We're gonna try to get her on the next one. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. See y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.